Hot take: the brand of oil you use does not matter. Keep it synthetic, change it often, and get out there and ride. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris, this is 4K Motoring, and behind me is our new to us 2023 X-Cape 650. Now, I bought this new in 2025, if you guys remember, when my Ducati was broken, and we just hit our break-in mileage on this, right about 600 miles. Our service light is on, so it's ready for its break-in oil change. We went ahead and got a container of Motul 7100 series 10W40. We've got a K&N Oil Filter. Now, this was a little bit of a trick because it was kind of hard to find online the correct oil filter for this Moto Morini. The engine is built off of an old Kawasaki 650 from their old Versus 650 design, but that doesn't mean they didn't change some thread pitches or do some other weird things. So I was able to find that first generation Kawasaki part number for the K&N filter, which I like to use, and this is the KN 303, and I'm hoping it's going to fit on this motor. So overall, it looks like it's going to be a pretty easy job. We're going to show you exactly where the drain plug is, where the oil filter is, show you how much there is. There is a nice little label right down here on the engine that shows exactly how much you're supposed to use. One note, this is, of course, a Chinese-built motorcycle. It was fairly inexpensive, and for the break-in, I didn't exactly treat it nice. I'm very curious what the oil is going to look like when we pull it out, so let's go ahead and get it done. All right, to start with, we're going to have to get the skid plate out of the way. It is not exactly conveniently designed for this purpose, but there are just a few 5mm bolts that go in here. There's going to be 3 on each side, 1 on the front, 1 on the side, and 1 on the very bottom. None of them really appear like you can take one out and let it just swing, because the way they're organized, you're going to have to take that whole thing off. It should come off as one piece, so let's go ahead and get that done. All right, with that skid plate out of the way, we have just the frame down here for the skid plate, which is just fine. That does not in the way at all. Our drain bolt is going to be right here towards the back, and we have our oil filter right here in the front. What we're going to do is turn this bike on for just a couple minutes. We're going to run it for maybe 1 or 2 minutes just to kind of heat up that oil a little bit. I know it's going to flow through the engine, but it should make it thin enough to fall back out and actually change pretty easily.
A few moments later.
All right, we ran the bike for about 2 minutes and got the bike up to temperature. And now we're going to go ahead and take this 18mm bolt out. It looks almost like it's crooked in there, so I'm hoping that's not an ongoing issue. We'll see. Be careful, the catalytic converter is right by this bolt. It gets very hot, so if you did just run this like for a long period of time and got the engine really hot, don't burn yourself. All right, didn't take much to crack that loose. So now let's play the don't burn ourselves game. And there we go. Crush washer fell off. And worrying, it looks very sparkly. Come and take a look at this. Does have some sparkle to it for sure. Very fine sparkle, and this is break-in oil, so that's not exactly something to be concerned about just yet, but I see a lot of little sparkles. All right, it's slowed to a trickle. We put a new crush washer on our drain plug. We're going to go ahead and put this back in. Doesn't require a ton of torque, but we do want to get that crush washer crushed just a little bit. Don't strip it out. This looks aluminum in there. Let's go ahead and take this oil filter off, and we'll take a look at that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use our oil filter pliers here just to turn this off. Hopefully it is. There we go, we're turning already. That's a good sign. So on it, it does have a part number. JX0605C4 oil filter. Let's go ahead and compare it to our K&N. We are the same diameter, roughly the same size. I think this is gonna work just fine, the K&N 303. All right, we'll take just a little bit of this oil that's around there, put it on our gasket. It's already kind of slick, so I'm not too worried about it. Just to make sure we can torque it down correctly. All right, so the K&N has this welded on nut. It's a 17 millimeter for this particular one. Don't hold these wrenches by the end. You don't want to put a lot of torque. There we go. I believe that's good. If I can get this thing off, there we go. It'll look like the gasket is seated and just squished a little bit, so I think that's where we want to be. Let's go ahead and fill it up with oil. According to the bike, it's going to take 2 liters if you don't remove the filter. If you do the filter, it's 2.2 liters of oil. There is a nice sight glass here on the side. So we're gonna go ahead, Motul has the nice little fill valve right built in. We're gonna go ahead and fill this thing up with about 2 liters to start with. Motul has these nice little spouts that usually are good enough, but we're gonna use this as well. Should only take about half of this. So realistically, you buy one of these 4-liter containers and you probably could get 2 oil changes out of it, just about. All right, looking at the graph, we're right at 2 quarts. So let's go ahead and just turn it on for just a second, just to fill some oil in that oil filter. And then we'll recheck our level and top off. And there it is. We are pretty much down to the bottom line. Okay, and to top it all off, we're going to now reset our oil light. This is a DIY thing. You don't need any computer. You can do it just from the menu here. We're gonna go ahead and turn the bike ignition on. Get our cool little graphic there. As you can see, our blind spot monitoring is turned on. We're gonna go into our settings, into our bike info, and we can see our service indicator is on, which I believe you press and hold the up and down arrow at the same time. And look at that. Our service light was reset and we are ready to go. Hope you guys found this useful. It was a pretty easy job to do. We're gonna put the skid plate back on, just those 5 mil, 6 of the screws, and that's that. It took exactly like it said, 2.2 liters, and this was a pretty easy oil change. For the first one, there was some little bit of sparkles, kind of some shimmering going on with the oil we noticed. I was not nice to this bike as I rode it, but it was also the break-in oil. Sometimes we expect that sort of thing as parts just start to wear together. So I'm not overly concerned on the first oil change. I'll keep you guys posted. If you guys have any other maintenance requests to see on this bike, let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna keep riding it, keep adding miles, and see how it does. As always, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'm Chris, this is 4K Motoring, and we'll see you next time.